Hey guys, I'm Nori and I'm home cooking. I'm working with what's in my pocket in my kitchen, and I'm making a well-balanced gourmet meal right here in my own home and on a budget. What am I making today, you ask? Seared pork chops with mushrooms, a roasted vegetable medley, and sweet potato mash with honey butter. And I'll show you how I'm going to do it. So, I got some pork chops searing here in a pan. I had a ceviche bar set up the other day. I had some extra bell peppers and onions and just some mushrooms in my fridge. So I'm just throwing those on top. I seasoned my pork chops with some salt and pepper and cumin. And I'm going to let that cook up. Now in my fridge, I just had some tomatoes left over. So I put some salt and pepper on them and some oil, and I threw them under the broiler. They're nice and soft and tender. And now what I'm going to do is take some frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables are just as good as fresh vegetables. Sometimes you don't want to have all the hassle of dealing with cutting up a fresh vegetable and blanching it. So you can just use frozen vegetables, excuse me. They're just as good. And I'm just going to throw them right on top with my tomatoes. Put a little garlic powder, a little onion powder, little pepper, little salt, and some Italian seasoning. And we're going to roast this, and we're going to end up with roasted vegetables for our side dish. So those are going right back in the oven. I'm turning the broiler off. We're just going to bake it. We don't want the tomatoes to burn. And these are some leftover sweet potatoes that I had in my fridge from a ceviche bar I also made. So I boiled them, and they're nice and tender. I'm just going to peel them, mash them up, throw some honey and some butter on them, and you're good to go. So now I got all this color in my pan going. My pork chops are ready to flip over. Look at that. Let's see if we can get a close-up over here. Oh yeah, baby. So you want it to get nice and brown. And then you're just going to flip them over. Let all the vegetables caramelize and the rest of that meat cook through. Are you seeing what I'm at home cooking? It smells great in here. Let's take a close-up. Zoom in. That looks amazing. And if you don't like pork, you can use chicken thighs, chicken breast. You can use fish. These recipes are not specifically for pork. You can use whatever meat you like, or vegetables. I like to have a variety. So I'm just going to let these cook. I got my vegetables roasting in the oven. I got my pork chops and my mushrooms in the pan. And I got my sweet potatoes here. I'm going to start getting my honey butter ready. Check back in for part 2 to see how everything came out. See you soon.